agree that grand jury testimony should only be unsealed in exceptional circumstances. I think this case easily qualifies. The testimony is 35 years old about events that are a few years older than that. Most of the major players are deceased, and virtually all of the major players later wrote books about the events, giving their side of the story. It's possible that when we read the deposition transcript, we'll think that it was underwhelming. It might be anticlimactic. That's possible. But even if so, there's still significant historical value in seeing the transcript and seeing what Nixon had to say. Knowing that he stonewalled, I think, would be not as interesting, but as important as hearing him say that he knew exactly what happened with those 18.5 minutes, or that he remembered the conversation clearly. Because until the testimony is unsealed, people can only speculate. It feels like something's being hidden from the public about really a seminal event of the last half century. The petition is supported by declarations from 16 different people, including our lead client, Stanley Cutler, who is really the preeminent Watergate historian, as well as other historians, scholars of media, former White House counsel John Dean, really a broad spectrum of historians and scholars from across the country who explain why the time has come to release this extraordinary document.
Why do you think that after all these years, the Watergate story still fascinates the American public?
I think Watergate really changed the way the American public views its government. It fostered a tremendous amount of distrust and skepticism, cynicism even, that exists to this day. Watergate raised important questions about presidential power, the use of the executive branch, the relationship between parts of government that still resonate today, that still are debated today, that in the prior administration percolated again quite strongly. But basically I think that Watergate really changed, Watergate and everything that term came to stand for really changed the way the public views government and really raised significant questions about executive power. And as the New York Times stated in an editorial a couple days after the testimony, this is an extremely important historical event, the testimony of a major player in the scandal, the player in the Nixon administration, and the historical importance, the public interest in knowing the content of the testimony really can't be overstated.